It's another perfect day for baseball in San Diego. What a gorgeous place for a Major League ball game. Petco Park is the site of Game 3 of the set. The Braves try to avoid their 10th consecutive loss here on the home turf in Southern California. But Freddie Freeman is back. His smiling face makes everybody smile. Hopefully Freddie Freeman, with his .284 average and 14 homers on the year, will get back into the swing of things quickly, for the Braves need some offense, and they need it quick. Hi again, friends. Joe and Chip, welcome to the ballpark. It's way back Wednesday. Unfortunately, it was way back Tuesday last night. The Padres hit 3 homers and won 9-0. But Freddie's back. Maybe he can pay him back in Game 3 today.
When you have a guy that hasn't missed a game in 2 years, and all of a sudden this season he's missed 42, that's a big hole in your lineup. Freddie Freeman is certainly the straw that stirs the drink for the Atlanta Braves in the lineup right now. He's back in there batting third this afternoon. Let's hope that he can provide some offensive pop that the Braves have been sorely needing.
It's tough to say one player can make a big difference on your ball club, but Freddie Freeman, a 1 run per game difference with him out of the lineup, that's amazing.
Yeah, look at that, 4.1 to 3, team batting average, 260 to 240. That's a lot more guys on base. He just makes everybody around him better, I think, because he gets on base so often, it helps everybody else do their job a little easier.
14 home runs for Freddie Freeman. The rest of the Braves lineup has a total of 25. Yes, Freddie Freeman's big bat has been sorely missed, and his teammates are thrilled he is back for Game 3 of the series, Game 3 of the road trip. We'll find out what the Braves think about Freeman's return, and we continue from San Diego right after this.
And we welcome you back to beautiful San Diego, Petco Park, and the Braves looking to end their 9-game losing streak here against the Padres. Hello again, everyone. Andre Aldridge here with you, and of course, the return of Freddie Freeman is the big news in the clubhouse and in the Braves dugout. Chip and Joe kind of touched on all of that, but the feelings inside the clubhouse were just electric yesterday when he arrived, and today when talking about his return to the lineup, and we got some of that sound for you right now.
His presence alone, I think, is going to make everybody better, as it should. But again, we need him in our lineup. We need a guy like that who can, come up with a big hit, whether it's somebody on base or somebody, not on base, a guy who could drive himself in, a guy who can, work the count, just give us another presence in the lineup, you know what I mean? So anytime you add a Freddie Freeman back, you're going to get better.
Anytime you get to put him back in the lineup, it's an instant game changer. And at first base, his defense is unbelievable. So to put him back in the lineup definitely is a big boost, and we can't wait to get started with him.
Well, during the course of the 9-game losing streak here at Petco Park, the Braves are only hitting .227 as a team, and the Padres staff ERA 2.01 over that span. So the return of Freddie Freeman will definitely help them kind of change the tune as far as that goes, and hopefully we'll come up with a win, because 8 was enough, 9 definitely enough. Let's get a W for Julio. He wants a little support. He and Warren from LeVarn Way will try to make some magic happen here in America's finest city, is what they call it. Stay tuned.
Airlines and your local Ford dealer.
Perfect day for baseball in San Diego. 75 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Gentle breeze blowing from left to right as we welcome you inside Petco Park for our third and final game with the Padres this year. The Braves were shut out last night. 9-0 was the final score. James Shields won his 9th game. Matt Whistler lost his 3rd game. And Braves have a 9-game losing streak in this ballpark. This lineup hopes to change that. The big name is Freddie Freeman. He is back after missing 45 games this year, hitting .284, 14 homers, 45 driven in. That dramatically changes the entire look, Joe, of the starting lineup for the Atlanta Ball Club and gives the Padres another big offensive threat to worry about in Game 3 of the series.
We've talked about this all season long, Chip, about when he's in there, it deepens the lineup. It moves everybody down a notch and just makes you better at the bottom part of your order. Instead of having to hit cleanup, Garcia can hit 5th, give Markakis a little protection. So, needless to say, Freddie Freeman makes your lineup better, but that's another aspect of it that makes the team better.
So we'll see what the men around Freeman can do. Maben and Markakis have been hot. Adonis Garcia is riding a nice run over his last 9 games. The Braves have to find a way to figure some things out on the road. Freddie Gonzalez knows about the long stretch of road misery for the Braves, who've lost 17 of their last 19 games away from Turner Field. It's really inexplicable because the team's played so well at home. It really has been a Jekyll and Hyde Braves ball club in just about every facet at Turner Field and on the road.
Yeah, it's a long list, a laundry list, really, of things that have gone haywire on the road. The Braves have lost 9 in a row here. We've been talking about that over the last couple of seasons, and 11 of their last 12 here. But what they've done here is hard to explain. A.J. Przinsky attributed it to youth and especially young pitching. The worst winning percentage on the road since 1988. And the ERA is certainly up. Starters ERA is up. We showed a graphic in our opening comments this afternoon about the bullpen ERA over the last 19 road games being almost 6. That's got to improve for the record to improve.
And for the Braves to improve their road record, they've got to beat a tough customer in Tyson Ross. The big, tall right-handers, 8-9 on the year with a very good ERA. This is what he's done during the daytime. And if you're thinking about hitting home runs against this guy, that's not a good game plan.
No, he's only given up 5 homers in 145 innings. You saw those numbers in day games. He has a ground ball rate of 4.1 ground balls to every fly ball. 64% of his ground balls of his outs are ground balls. So he's got a great sinking action on his fastball, which is around 92 to 94. He can cut it and uses a slider and an occasional change, but not too many change-ups. It's mostly hard stuff.
One of 2 Ross brothers in the big leagues and in a major league starting staff. His brother Joe Ross is a member of the Washington Nationals. So with all those sinkers, all those ground balls, all those cutters, the defense for the Padres will play a big role in Game 3 today. Solarte, Amarista, Jerko, and Alonso around the horn on the infield. Upton, and Kemp left to right in the San Diego outfield. And Austin Hedges, the young catching prospect who celebrated his birthday yesterday, is in harness.
I thought Melvin Upton Jr. would have been called up today. The night he had last night against his old ball club.
Wow.
3 hits, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. And he's back in there today, even against a right-hander. The Padres called up one of their prize minor league prospects, a center fielder who's supposed to platoon some with Melvin, but after the night he had last night, Upton's right back in there.
That youngster's name is Travis Jankowski. He is here but not in the lineup, and Michael Bourne's ready to get things started for the Braves. Michael looking for his first hit of the series. He's 2 for 28 since coming over from the Indians, and we're underway. Ball 1.
Ross is 28 years old, 6'5", 230 out of Oakland, California.
I don't know how people can stand to live in these conditions, Joe. It's 77 degrees on August 19th in San Diego. And a strike, says Corey Blazer, who has the plate today. 2-1 your count.
Hard slider there at 86. Didn't break much, but a good one.
Yeah, it's bounced over the Braves dugout foul. Last time the Braves scored a first inning run was August 8th when they faced the Miami Marlins back in Atlanta. So Atlanta's had to play catch up quite a bit. And Bourne is down on strikes. That was a nasty pitch. First strikeout for Tyson Ross, who has struck out 156 men in 146 innings now.
Yeah, better than 1 per inning. His last start against Colorado, no decision. 5 strikeouts in 5 innings. He gave up 4 runs, but only 2 were earned. And one of his 5 home runs. Only 2 allowed. 2 long balls allowed in his last 20 starts.
He really slings the ball and gets tremendous leverage and velocity. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it looked almost effortless.
It's a fast wind-up and a fast arm action from a big guy. Must be a pretty sharp cookie, too. He went to Cal. Former second-round pick by Oakland in 2008 and then traded here.
Swing and miss. Oakland would have themselves a pretty good team if they hadn't traded all their good players. Norris one of them, Ross another. Tyson an all-star last year. 13-14 record, but a .281 earned run average. And he just made Maben swing and miss. Back-to-back strikeouts begins his day. 2 out.
Nobody's made Cameron look this bad in a couple of weeks. You can see that it's got a sharp tilt to that slider. It looks like a curveball almost, but it's hard. And it is a slider. And that's where he gets a lot of ground balls.
So welcome back, Freddie Freeman. And as you'd expect, wailing away on the first pitch he sees since coming back from the disabled list. He's our Georgia lottery hitting the jackpot.
Great success against the Padres the last 16 times he's played against them.
Freddie missed 6 weeks with a wrist problem and the oblique problem. And he was dearly missed. Braves averaged a run per game less with him out of the lineup. That is an astounding total. Letter high strike at 2-2.
Freddie thought it was high. PNC Bank tells us it was in there. Joey Turdoslavich was sent back to Gwinnett to make room for Freddie.
Line drive, short hop, and Freeman will reach. An infield hit for Freddie Freeman with 2 outs.
That ball hung up in the air forever. I couldn't tell if it was a line drive or a bloop. From our vantage point, took off like he was going to make it into center without any trouble, and then it was almost caught out there by Jerko. That's really his name, folks. I'm not just calling him names.
G-Y-R-K-O. Jerko. And a line drive by Nick Markakis on the first pitch. Freeman around second, on his way to third. Upton gets it back to second base, and Atlanta with a 2-out rally brings up Adonis Garcia. Markakis with hits in 22 of 27 games now. Boy, is he consistent.
Sorry, Chip. He's had some good numbers against Ross in limited playing time against him. That makes him 4 for 7 against Tyson Ross. And a 2-out knock here will give the Braves that first inning run they haven't had since when?
The 8th of this month. Adonis had a double and a single last night, 2 for 3. And that's off the plate from Tyson Ross. They haven't seen a ground ball yet from the big Padres starter. A couple of strikeouts. A soft single and then a rocket from Markakis. And there is a ground ball. It's out to short. And that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Julio Teheran will go to work in the bottom of the first in San Diego. Look at that view. As we wrap things up here in San Diego today, Braves failed to score in the first despite a couple of two-out singles. Now Julio Teheran goes to work, and he's the new and improved Julio Teheran for the Braves.
Absolutely. His last 3 starts have been very Julio-like. 2-0 with a 2.75 ERA. Only 3 walks against 17 strikeouts over that stretch, and 0 home runs in those 3 games. 4 keys to pitching success today. Number 1, 2, 3, start me up. Stay out of first inning trouble. Have some 1, 2, 3 innings today, something that has been hard to come by for Braves starting pitchers. And what road? He won his last road start. What's the big deal? I know his record isn't all that good on the road, but he beat the Phillies the last time out on the road, so here we go.
17 first inning runs allowed by Teheran this year. And his day begins with a strike to Yangervis Solarte, the Padres third baseman. One of the things that is credited for Teheran's resurgence is a subtle change in how he begins his windup. That just missed outside. Julio's pitching from the first base side of the pitching rubber. What does that mean for a right-handed pitcher?
It's helping him get inside on lefties more than anything else.
He just jams Solarte, and Freeman looks up into the sun, spectacles gleaming, and he won't have a play.
The home road splits, as I said, aren't very pretty for Julio. 2-5 with a 6.75 ERA. That last start on the road at Philadelphia for him was a good one. Started this good stretch he's on. Walks and homers, a big problem for him for the first half of the season. 3 walks in his last 3 starts, 2 homers in his last 6 starts.
That's into the seats. Padres celebrating a Way Back Wednesday feature. They're wearing their uniforms from the late 80s. And Solarte will make his way to first base on a hit by pitch. Not the way Julio wanted to begin the first. And here's how the rest of the Padres line up for Game 3 of the series. Solarte first. Alonso, the first baseman, hits second. And Kemp, Upton, and Jerko. Melvin Upton hits sixth. Amarista, Hedges, and Ross. And that's starting 9 presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. In Game 1 of the series, Alonso batted 5th. He also batted 5th last night. He hit second today. We'll see how it works out for Pat Murphy, the interim skipper for San Diego. Alonso hit a home run in the 8th inning here on Monday.
That's still with that windbreaker on. Beautiful day. Guess he doesn't like those brown uniforms either.
Out of play. Either that or the air conditioning in the Padres dugout is really, really good.
First time the guy's ever been in the big leagues at any level for anything, and he doesn't wear the uniform. That's weird to me.
If you could do that, why not just go ahead and wear a suit like Connie Mack did?
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. And that's taken low. Ball 2. In the air to center. Maben retreats. He'll have plenty of room. There's the catch. And Alonso is out number 1. Let's check out the Braves defensive lineup. That has had a very good defensive series here in San Diego. Unfortunately, that's been overshadowed by 2 Padre wins. Bourne, Maven, and Markakis in the outfield. Freeman, Peterson, Simmons, Garcia around the horn. Day game after a night game means Ryan Lavarnway is in harness. He'll be the Braves catcher today. Here's Matt Kemp. He is the hottest Padre hitter. Kemp had the cycle Friday against Colorado. He's riding an 11-game hitting streak. And has 4 hits in the first 2 games of this set. Good breaking ball.
Good first pitch.
Padres begin play today, 4 games under 500. They're 28 wins, 29 losses on their home field. And they have the Cardinals next. Let's head up to the press box and out of play. The way Matt Kemp is swinging the bat now is how the Padres envisioned him swinging from the opening bell.
No question. He's just having a terrific second half. And if you were with us the first 2 nights, we talked about how he's been hitting the ball with authority to center field and right field, including a home run here Monday night to right field. Solarte is not a big stolen base threat. Only 1 on the year.
Full count. Matt Whistler had a long first inning last night. More balls than strikes for Tehran in the opening inning. A hit batsman, a fly out, now a 3-2 count for Matt Kemp. And we'll do it again.
He's got a good fastball here early on. That was another concern early in the season, was his fastball was topping out at about 90 miles an hour, and I'll call it an experimentation with a 2-seamer that he kind of fell in love with, also was not very successful. So one of the other products that has come from this 3-game stretch he's been on has been more 4-seamers and better velocity.
Popped up shallow right. Markakis can't get there. So Kemp has a blue pit and a 12-game hitting streak, and the Padres have a first-inning threat.
No man's land. Big swing. Respecting his power. So an easy bloop for him.
Justin Upton walked twice, doubled, and scored once last night. He's got 3 hits in the series. And needs 1 RBI for number 600.
I like it. Julio's already hit Solarte. He pitched Kemp in, jammed him, gave up a hit, just pitched Upton in. Got to do that to use that slider away.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Justin's had a good series, 3 for 6 with a double.
Slider fooled Upton. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's headed for the sun-splashed crowd to our right.
See how good his location is. That pitch, Lavarnway wanted it on the outside corner. You see Julio kind of spinning around because it came back to the middle of the plate and he got away with it. Try it again. Gee. Way off.
Jerko on deck. Braves would love Teheran to take this game into the 7th, if not further. He won't get there at this pitch count pace. He's about to make his 24th.
Justin spoiled a good pitch there. Went with a slider.
Another 3-2. A hit batsman, a single and a walk loads him up. And that'll bring up Jed Jerko. Interesting series for Jerko. He started at shortstop here on Monday. The first time he played shortstop since he was in college 5 years ago. And he made all the plays. No issues for Jerko, who went 0 for 3. Now he's got a chance for a big inning for San Diego. Bases loaded, 1 out.
And he just crossed up Lavarnway, who was fortunate to catch that. These are the first inning issues. 8 extra base hits among the 17 runs he's allowed in the first. He can ill afford an extra base hit here.
Jerko, who was banished to the minor leagues for a time this year, does have 3 hits and 7 at bats with the bases loaded for San Diego. Popped him up. Markakis in right. Solarte at third is tagging, and he's going to stop. Freeman cut the ball off about 30 feet from home plate. And the Padres still have the bases loaded, but now 2 out as Jerko couldn't hit the ball deep enough to bring home a runner.
Boy, and he got the out on the first pitch, too. That was a bonus. Again, Solarte, a leadoff guy, but he doesn't run that well. 1 stolen base on the year, and that one was too shallow for him to try to score. But that's Spangenberg at third base. They're going to send him.
So here's Melvin Upton. Huge night for the Padres last night. 2 homers. And they were not cheapies. Strike 1. One of those homers brought home Melvin's brother Justin. The first time he's ever hit a home run in the big leagues with his brother on base.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't hit that many in Atlanta, so that stands to reason. I know they went back-to-back in a game.
Right. Jason Stark of ESPN had a great note, or not so great, depending on your perspective. Upton never had a 2-homer, 5 RBI game with the Braves. Not a single one. But had a big game last night. He's down 2 strikes quickly, and he just did foul that one away. These were not cheap home runs. I mean,
no, they weren't. They jumped off his bat. High fastball from Ardsma that just missed going to the second deck. And then off from Kirahan, no doubter. 0-2, you got a lot of options here. Slow curve, change up, slider. Wasted a high fastball. They threw him a couple of breaking balls his first at bat last night, and he looked bad on them. Struck out swinging.
Little pop, foul ground, first base side. Freeman can't get there. It bounces off the top of the wall and ends up in the seats.
Glad he threw on the brakes when he did.
Well, here's where you want action. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I throw the breaking ball again. But even the first couple of pitches, 0-2, were fastballs. I felt comfortable there.
Popped up again. Freeman looks up into the high sky and once again has no play. It's going to take Tehran at least 35 pitches to get out of the first inning. Upton was right on it, but fouled it straight back.
He's on the fastball, timing wise. The sliders he's thrown him 2, have started either at the outside corner or even off the plate, and then they've broken away where he didn't even offer at them. If he throws that slider at the middle of the plate, he might get him to chase.
Rolled towards short. And the flip to second is in time, and Upton and the Padres are finally subdued in a very long bottom of the first inning. San Diego loaded them up, can't score. We head to the second. Great people are dearly missed. Jerry Coleman, the longtime broadcaster and war hero for the Padres, and of course one of their greatest hitters and players and people ever, Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre, who's immortalized with a gorgeous statue out beyond the right center field fence out on the berm here at Petco Park. That looks just like Tony's swing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a great one.
Gorgeous sculpture. And they named the broadcast center in honor of Jerry Coleman, who was a true war hero and beloved for a long time here in San Diego. Great player for a long time with the Yankees.
Oh, doctor. He was a beaut.
Chase Peterson didn't get it as we begin the second inning. Peterson, Simmons, and Ryan Lavarnway against Tyson Ross, who had a nice long rest. Braves had a couple of runners on against him, but nothing came of it. A little tapper will take care of Peterson. That's back-to-back ground ball outs. And that's the first out of the second inning. Time for our AT&T U-verse trivia question. Tyson Ross had 195 strikeouts last year, 7th most in Padres history. Who has the Padres record for most single-season strikeouts?
Got some nominees. Kevin Brown. Gaylord Perry, who won a Cy Young here.
I think we've had this question before.
Ed Whitson.
Lamar Hoyt. Randy Jones. I don't remember if Randy Jones was a big strikeout guy or not. I'm just thinking of big name pitchers that they had here.
Who was the left-hander that was so good? Big, tall. Hurst.
Oh, Bruce Hurst?
Uh-huh.
You ever wondered what Andrelton Simmons looked like as the honky-tonk man? All you have to do is look at the scoreboard. On way back Wednesday in San Diego, a strike. All the visiting players are placed in caricature mode. There you go. A shot to right and a diving play by Matt Kemp. Not the cleanest route, but the ending worked out. One away, or two away, I beg your pardon.
A couple of gold gloves on his mantle at home. And able to hang on to it. It's been a good move for him down Interstate 5 to San Diego. The fans here love him.
And here's the Piston, Ryan Lavarnway, with 2 outs and the base is empty. Current Dodger right fielder Yasiel Puig might have to go to the DL. He hurt his hamstring last night. May need an MRI. May miss some time. He's had chronic hamstring issues this year. And the Dodgers blew a lead held by Clayton Kershaw and lost to Oakland last night.
So somebody else had some bullpen issues.
Yeah. This time it wasn't the former Braves who had trouble. A couple of other Dodgers gave it up. Amazing stat on Kershaw. 17th career no decision in a game in which he pitched 7 or more innings and allowed 1 or fewer runs.
Wow.
Left with a 4-1 lead. Oakland won the game 5-4 last night. Alex Wood pitches for the Dodgers later on today.
Yeah, the A's have not been playing well. They came off a road trip where they were awful.
And a swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down for Tyson Ross. He's got 3 strikeouts. America, you remember Pascual Perez? On this date in 1982, he earned his nickname I-285. Pascual was new to Atlanta. He was preparing to make his 6th start after the Braves got him from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He wasn't familiar with the interstate system in Atlanta and missed his exit not once, not twice, but 3 times, and drove all the way around the perimeter before he finally made his way to the ballpark about 10 minutes after the game started at Old Fulton County Stadium.
And you say Knucksy was forced into action there?
With 1 day's rest, Phil Niekro came on and pitched for the Braves, won that ball game. Pascual Perez pitched the next day. He won. The Braves were then in the middle of a 6-game winning streak during a season that saw them win the National League Western Division title by 1 game.
That's all it takes.
Right? So that's why on that great shot of Perez standing in the dugout, he had the I-285 nickname underneath his name on the blue satin jackets that the Braves wore back then. So Julio has an easy inning. It took him 36 pitches to get 3 outs in the first. He's got the 7, 8, 9 man coming up, and that's a good start. Amarista is down on strikes. Julio's first of the day, 1 away. This is Austin Hedges. We saw Hedges up in Atlanta. He started one of those games against the Braves, went 0 for 3 on June 10th.
If he were from Athens, Georgia, what would his name be?
Tween. A little more aggression from Tehran here. Got right after Amarista. He's quickly ahead of the catcher. And that's a bouncer out of play. Hedges turned 23 yesterday. And he's going to pop up. Simmons drifts out, and he's got it. 2 outs for Tyson Ross, who's a good hitting pitcher.
Yeah, he's hitting .220. He has a double, he has a triple, he has a home run, and he's also put down 7 sacrifice bunts.
How cool is it for Ross, you think, to know that his brother is pitching in the big leagues at the same time? That's really, really a neat story. Joe Ross with the Nationals, doing good work at the back end of their rotation.
It's also cool to play left field in the big leagues and turn to your left and see your brother playing center. That's not a bad feeling, as the Uptons get to do.
And Ross will have a brief seat. Tehran back to his old self. 3 up, 3 down. He'll lead off the 3rd. No score. to the Windy City of Chicago, where we open up a 4-game set with the Cubs beginning tomorrow night. Join us at 7:30 on Sports South. Then Friday and Saturday on Fox Sports South beginning at 3:30 Eastern Time. Braves will face the Chicago Cubs, who've been playing great baseball of late. It's always a treat to do a game at the corner of Clark and Addison. Big series for the Cubs. As you see our DirecTV standings, the Cubs trying to chase down the Pirates for the top National League wildcard spot.
And the Giants not letting them get out of sight. The Giants picked up a win last night in St. Louis behind Ryan Vogelsong. Nationals did snap their losing streak, won a game, scored a bunch of runs in Colorado last night. But the Mets won as well.
Washington won 15-6 behind Jordan Zimmerman. Steven Strasburg pitches for Washington today. Mets beat Baltimore 5-3. They've got Noah Syndergaard working in Baltimore later on. Ross a strike to Tehran, and that's how the third inning starts.
Tyson Ross makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yes.
Fast wind up, fast arm action. 95. Take a little off. All from the same arm action.
I don't know what you call that thing he does with his forearm behind his back, almost like a whip maybe. He doesn't hook the ball like Rick Sutcliffe. There's kind of something back there. I wonder if that distracts the hitter at all.
Well, Sutcliffe used to throw his arm straight down toward the ground when he used to wrap the baseball. This guy is more like, it's a long arm action, but it's all moving. It's not straight down. He's cocking his wrist.
He's made it look pretty easy for the first 9 Braves hitters he's seen. 4 strikeouts, 2 hits. One of those strikeouts was to leadoff man Michael Bourne. What bounced up and might have gotten Corey Blazer.
Yeah. Missed the hitter, missed the catcher, nailed the umpire. And Austin between the hedges going out to talk to him. Well, that went right between the elbow and chest protector of Hedges.
Up the middle, Ross tried a backhanded glove stab, couldn't come up with it, and Michael Bourne has a base hit, his first hit of the series.
That was kind of odd. I thought I heard it hit something like his glove or his foot, and then I see the ball come out, and it really surprised me. And he's mad that he didn't knock it down somehow.
Let's see if Freddie Gonzalez tries to force the action here.
Well, he got Cameron rather easily in the first inning on breaking balls and sliders. No Norris behind the plate today. With all due respect to Hedges, he doesn't throw like Norris does.
Norris has thrown out 32% of would-be base stealers this year. So he gets a day off. He'll get ready for the rampaging Redbirds. St. Louis will face the Padres next.
Those two teams in Missouri are living it up, aren't they?
Might be an I-70 series if things go their way in late October.
Kansas City's lead now in the American League Central, 13.5 games. Cardinals lead down to 5, though, over Pittsburgh.
1 ball, no strikes. Swing and miss. I'm sure you saw the other day, Chris Medlin finally got a win in relief.
Great.
His first since coming back from his second Tommy John surgery.
Ross has had Maben flying open. That's something he has not done. This is kind of an old Padres swing we've seen the first 2 at-bats today.
Runner goes, good jump, and then he stops and heads back to first, and he's thrown out. Bourne took off, slammed on the brakes. He's tagged out, but the Braves may challenge this call at first base.
Terry Pendleton immediately wanted them to take a look at it. Michael started and stopped, but I'm not sure why he stopped. It was kind of a blind swipe tag by Alonso that hit him in the shoulder. Was his hand on the bag? Braves are not going to challenge it.
Jim Nelson rung him up, 2 outs, and Maben with a 1-2 count. Freddie Freeman waits next. Base hit in his first at bat off the DL. And Maben walks. First walk for Ross. Freddie Freeman, as you know, a Southern California kid, has lots of friends and family here today.
Hope they were able to get off work and drive down from Orange County.
Shift on for Freeman. And high and tight, 1 ball, no strikes. No runs, 3 hits for the Braves. No runs, a hit for the Padres. 4 strikeouts and a walk for Tyson Ross. That one got away from Hedges, and Maben in safely on a headfirst slide at second base.
Stolen base number 19 for Maben. Count. They're going to stay with this shift.
And bounced off the security guard who was trying to scamper out of the way. Yikes.
Trying not to make a mistake to Freddie, even though he's just back from the disabled list. He knows what a threat he is, and they have a base open.
Didn't give Freeman anything to hit. And the caught stealing / pickoff looming very large in the inning. Back-to-back walks for Ross, and they'll take their chances with Nick Markakis. Nick wasted no time. He singled on the first pitch he saw in the opening inning.
No matter how well you're throwing, you pitch behind in the count, then all of a sudden you're trying to make a perfect pitch and you make a mistake. Maybe the Braves can take advantage.
Two in a row, not close at all. Got that one over. It's 2-1.
Yeah, 2-0 slider. Talked about this a couple of days ago with respect to some of the young pitchers for the Braves. At this level, you've got to be able to use your secondary pitches when you're behind in the count.
And now he's way behind.
I like Nick taking this one to right center field.
Big gap out there for him. Now the runners will be off with the pitch.
That was a good slider. Again, just like he threw 2-0. That one not as hard. It's kind of a get over slider. Can't command his fastball. He might throw it again.
Runners go. Ground ball. It's a base hit to right field. Here comes Maven around third. He's going to score without a throw. And Nick Markakis, with his second hit of the ball game, gives Atlanta the game's first run.
Work the count full. And it was a slider and one that stayed up. And after starting the game 2 for his last 19, Markakis is 2 for 2 today.
And the Braves have a lead. Something they have not enjoyed in this series. Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, out for a quick chat. That meeting ends, and now Garcia hits with 2 outs. So no shutout for the Braves offense today. And Garcia will try to add to the lead. He's knocked in 7 men. Bouncing ball over the mound. Jerko charges and makes the peg to first. And that retires the side. The Braves get a run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and a stolen base. Trying to snap the 9-game losing streak here at Petco Park. But, Joe, the Braves' miseries on the road have not been confined to this beautiful place. They've had all kinds of trouble winning any place out west.
What is it, 4-20 of their last 24 road games out west against the National League West. So, yeah, it's not confined to here, although it'd be nice to get this one under your belt as a W today and snap the losing streak the Braves have here at Petco Park, so that you don't think that every time the Braves come to San Diego and it's the fresh air and pretty scenery, they get affected by it.
Yeah, it's inexplicable.
Oh, I like that word.
Ron Burgundy taught me that one as Padres go to work here in the 3rd inning. Top of the order for him. Solarte leads it off, and he's going to poke one to right. That's going to drop in front of Markakis. Solarte's thinking about 2, but Markakis throws behind him, and he'll stand at first base.
Well, the bottom of the order was no problem. He breezed right through the 7, 8, 9 guys, 2 strikeouts, and right back in the soup with the top of the order.
Yonder Alonso is 19 for 57 lifetime against Braves pitching. He flied out to center his first time up. And that's taken low.
.118 double plays turned by the Braves this year, and 12 behind Julio. Got a slow runner here. So you can keep the ball down, get him to hit it on the ground.
Alonso's hit into 13 of those double plays, most on the Padres team.
Good pitch.
And this is an interesting lineup alignment. You sort of raised your eyebrows when I mentioned to you that Alonso was hitting second, because you've got 2 average runners at best at the top of the batting order.
Yeah, at best.
One ball, 2 strikes. Now 2-2. It's headed foul. And we'll do it again. Padres have always had very colorful and unique uniforms, to say the least.
They sure have.
These unis are circa 1985-1990. The brown pinstripes, as Alonso swings and misses and is retired for the first out. On their home Sundays and for special military occasions, the Padres have their camouflage unis. We've also seen the white with the royal blue and gold script uniforms. But the ones that were similar to the one that fan was wearing harken back to the Ray Kroc days when the former owner and founder of McDonald's owned the team. Hamburger brown and mustard yellow, part of the Padres color scheme.
I think this uniform is the one they wore in the '84 World Series against the Tigers.
Might be right.
That's Randy Jones' era.
That's Raleigh Fingers' era mustache work. 1 ball, no strikes. And a shot to third. 1 there and 2 there. That's the 3rd time the Padres have been doubled up on a line out to third and throw to first in this series. And San Diego might take a look at this one on review.
Solarte and both Upton brothers. Freddie's long arms probably helped out there. No challenge.
Thank you very much. Handing over 1-0 Atlanta as we move to the 4th.
Inning, and we're thrilled to see Freddie Freeman back. But the minors isn't about just getting numbers, it's about getting healthy. He says that's the case for Hector Olivera.
He's a big boy. A lot of people saw him in Tampa when he came down for the game. He's definitely big. He's strong, and he can hit the ball a long way. So he's been put on a show in BP. You know, we only played a couple games in GCL, and he's just getting his feet wet coming back off that hamstring. You know, he looks good. He looks strong, and hopefully we can see him here shortly.
Guys, Olivera worked his way back through Rome, and hopefully we'll see him here in the big soon. But Freddie, very impressed with what he's seen in limited duty with the big guy.
You know, Andre, Chip was just talking about Yasiel Puig earlier.
As Peterson rolls out to second.
And some of the issues he's had all year long with a hamstring that just keeps plaguing him. And so you can understand why the Braves are trying to treat that with kid gloves, make sure it's not something that keeps recurring, and that's why they're taking their time with him.
We were told that we might see Olivera at some point on the homestand when we get back from our series-ending journey to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case.
But we'll wait and see as Simmons bats. He lined out to right and is down strike 1 here. News on the wires. It's rumored that Chase Utley is traded. It's not official yet, but apparently Utley is going to be a member of the Dodgers for 2 mid-level prospects. Phillies are going to pay a couple of $1 million of what's left of Utley's salary. The Giants, the Cubs, the Angels were among teams that were interested in Utley, and if it is the Dodgers, they've got another logjam because KK Hernandez had been playing very well for them at second base. As this one's dribbled out to short. Should be easy, and it is. And if that trade goes down, how amazing is it that Utley and Jimmy Rollins will be paired again up the middle, but this time for the Dodgers.
I hadn't thought of that. That is pretty funny. And if it's true, then good for Utley. He's a Southern California guy, went to UCLA, so he'll be right at home. I wonder if that, you know, we speculated that one of the reasons that the Padres pulled the trigger on the Kimbrel deal was because they had heard rumblings that maybe the Dodgers were trying to make a play for him. I wonder if the Dodgers did this in an effort to keep the Giants from getting him, because there's been a lot of talk about that.
And that's part of the chess match that is the waiver process. Players can be placed on waivers, and a couple of things can happen. That player can get claimed, can work out a deal, or the team that has the player claimed is like, okay, he's yours, take him. That happened, I believe, to the Padres with Randy Myers, was
Correct.
it not?
Yep.
They thought the Braves were interested in Myers, and he had a gigantic contract for a couple of seasons that really hamstrung their ball club financially. And there were apparently a couple of Padres who were claimed on waivers, but the Padres pulled them back. I believe Ian Kennedy was one of them. And once that player is pulled back, they are no longer eligible to be traded. Ross, an impressive fourth inning. He's down a run with Upton, Jerko, and Melvin Upton coming up. In this series, he's had a good run, and we've seen this movie not once, twice, but 3 times.
3 for 3 on line drives to third with a runner at first. Upton nailed Monday night. Last night, it was his brother. And today, Solarte gets gunned down. I mean, he's got a good arm.
So that good work is our Zaxby's indescribably good play. Good results so far for Julio Teheran. He has held the Padres to 2 hits. He's had to throw a lot of pitches, but he starts the 4th inning with a 1-0 advantage. Upton walked in a 36-pitch first and takes a strike here.
Tell you what, since the first inning, Julio's not messing around. I didn't really notice him taking all that much time in the first. He was just fighting it. And it was fastball location that was plaguing him too.
This does not look to be a comfortable at bat for Justin Upton right now. Julio spraying the ball around with 2 of his first 3 pitches. Had a good cut at that one, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He will be a free agent at the end of the year. Appears to be in very good shape. And he's already got 20 homers.
And 2 stolen bases away from a 2020 year in those 2 categories. Full count. Jerko on deck.
Can't get the fastball by them. They keep fouling it off. They have all day, up and down their lineup.
And again.
And it's a good one. It's 94.
And Upton about to see a 9th pitch. Fouled away. There's a break for Julio. If Upton doesn't tip that, it's ball 4.
Almost looked like it hit the knob.
Breaking ball, bounce towards short. Upton is out number 1.
It was the slow curve. It was the first pitch that he threw to Kemp in the first inning for a strike, and I think it's one of the first times we've seen it since.
Terod had back-to-back innings with 10 total pitches. That sequence took 10 pitches to retire Justin Upton. Here's Jerko. He popped out to right and is 0 for 1, 0 for 5 in the series. First glance, he's a mini Dan Uggla. He's not afraid to swing the bat like Dan either. In 2013, Jerko hit 23 home runs, drove in 63 in 125 games. They gave him a contract that signed him through 2019.
They're questioning that wisdom at this point. There's a beauty.
He's dropped the curveball twice in the inning. Jerko thought it was high. He's retired on strikes. Teheran has 4 whiffs in the game, 2 out.
Good call by Ryan Lavarnway again. Well, and look how he received that. He has the target down, but there was no movement on Ryan's part, like to raise up like he was going to have to go up and get it. He just patiently waited for that ball to come down and framed it beautifully. Great job by the Braves catcher.
Horacio Ramirez paid Lavarnway a terrific compliment yesterday. I asked him what he thought of his receiving skills, and he said, just what you did. Terrific. He reminds him, he said, a lot of Eddie Perez and how quiet he is behind the plate. And like Eddie Perez, Lavarnway is a big target back there.
Here's that curveball again. See, there was just no movement. He knew where it was going. He wasn't worried about it coming down. Just sat there and waited for it to hit his glove.
Melvin Upton skies one toward right. Markakis and Maben are there. Maben almost brushed shoulders with Nick, and Julio Teheran has an easy fourth. Friends and family can gather, have a picnic, watch the game on high definition behind the batter's eye. Then you've got the stands and the sandbox and all here beyond the fence. Great place. Tyson Ross, our trivia question today. He had 195 strikeouts last year. Who holds the Padres record for the most strikeouts during a single season?
A guy, I'm going to stick with the guy whose first name starts with a K. Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown's your guy. I'm going to go with I'll go with Lamar Hoyt. See if either one of us is right. And it is Kevin Brown. Nice job, partner. Boy, was he a good pitcher. And like Tyson Ross, a sinker ball specialist. I think Kevin still lives down in Macon.
I think so, last I heard. Georgia Tech guy.
Well, we can overlook that. 2 balls and a strike. That one's fouled away. Man, what a competitor he was.
Ooh. Tough cookie. No nonsense. Great competitor.
A base hit for Julio Teheran. Well, he'll try to help himself. Braves are up a run. And a good start to the 5th inning.
3rd hit of the year. Tried to just throw him a get over slider, it looked like, and threw him a hanger.
And with that hit, the Padres bullpen is starting to stir around out there. Bullpens are in left center. And a ball to Michael Bourne. Bourne singled. Took a break towards second base in the 3rd inning. Slammed on the brakes. Retreated to the bag but was thrown out. Lined over short. A base hit the other way for Bourne. Upton to his left makes the play. And 2 are on with nobody out. Some of those hard hit balls now starting to fall for Michael Bourne. That's a good sign.
If that's Clint Barmas playing shortstop, that's an out. Instead, it's Amarista, and I think he's 5'6".
Mosley out for a visit, and the bullpen for the Padres is beginning to work.
Yeah, 5'6", Amarista, 5'6", 160 pounds.
So he had him played a little too low. Bourne happy about that. Michael 2 for 3. And now Cameron Maben is the hitter. They've scored their first and only run in the 3rd inning. Maben walked, stole second, and came home on a Markakis RBI hit to right.
Got the right people up there. Guy who's hot. He's been great with runners in scoring position. Got Freddie behind him, then Markakis. I'm liking this return of number 5. How it sets things up.
Freddie's been on base twice. He waits next. Cameron has been very gracious in his comments about his time in San Diego. Love the fans, love the organization. He enjoyed his time here for the most part, but he's made no bones about the fact he's much more comfortable playing in the South as a North Carolina native. Bouncing ball to short. There's one. Jerko the turn. Tehran to third, 2 out.
Again, 64% of his outs are ground ball outs. And no matter what kind of trouble he gets in, if he can just get one ground ball like this, doesn't get him out of the inning here, but it sure helps him. 2 outs.
Ball 1 for Freddie Freeman. In the air to right. And Kemp's going to get there. Promising inning, ends in a double play and a fly out. Lower part of the order up for the Padres in a 1-run game. Get an outfield pavilion seat plus a 1984 Braves hat for just $15 when the Braves take on the Rockies August 24th, 25th, and 26th. That's a savings of up to 56%. Plus, you get a great hat. Go to Braves.com/steal and get your ticket and hat now. And remember, you must buy today. Julio's got a 1-run lead. He's scattered 2 Padre hits. A double play has helped his cause. He has struck out 4. And he's got Amarista, Hedges, and the pitcher coming up.
It didn't look this good in the first inning.
Right.
If you just joined us, he had a 36-pitch first inning that included a hit batsman, a walk, a single, and he gave up nothing. Left the bases loaded. The Braves got a run for him in the 3rd.
Markakis brought home Cameron Maben. That's where we stand. 1-0. Amarista takes a strike. To the right side, Peterson to his left. Now Teheran's starting to get the ball on the ground a little more often. That's good to see. 1 out. Here's Hedges. Most of the action in the big leagues is later on tonight. Mets will be in Baltimore. Syndergaard and Ubaldo Jimenez. The Nationals are in Colorado. Steven Strasburg versus Jorge De La Rosa. Padres dugout barking about that high strike call. 1-1 for Hedges, who lifts one to left. Bourne comes in, gets there. 2 out.
That kid that the Yankees called up, their big prospect first baseman named Bird, hit a ball in the 2nd deck today for a home run, and the Yankees went over Minnesota. The big guy is having a great year in the minor leagues.
And the Yankees are worried about Mark Teixeira. He's got a bone bruise. I don't know if, I'm guessing Teixeira went to the DL. If that's the case, we might miss Mark Teixeira when the Yankees come to Atlanta.
Gretchen tells me Bird hit 2 homers today.
Really?
Wow.
We will see the Yankees Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th, and Sunday the 30th. Part of a nice long homestand for the Braves. They haven't had many of those.
No.
Rockies, Yankees, and Marlins. And that takes us, believe it or not, into September.
Texas beat Seattle today 7-2. Joe Beimel gave up 3 home runs on 3 pitches today out of the pen for the M's.
Wow. That's not too impressive. Julio Teheran is, however. He retired the Padres in order in the 5th. Braves lead the Padres, trying to snap a long losing streak here in San Diego. Always fun to look back on this date in baseball history. One of the unforgettable moments took place in 1951. You've all heard of the great story of Eddie Gaedel, a 3'7" performer, an actor, was signed by Bill Veeck to appear as a funny celebration of the 50th anniversary of the American League. And he came on and faced the Detroit Tigers, walked on 4 pitches in his only major league appearance.
Yeah, it looks like those pitches were a little high, judging by that one.
They were. He was pinch hitting for Frank Saucier. The pitcher was Bob Kane, who threw 2 pitches way high. In fact, Bill Veeck said to Eddie Gaedel, "If you swing the bat, I will have a rifle trained on you, and you won't make it out of the ballpark." But Gaedel didn't swing. It was a PR move, as I said, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the American League. Gaedel popped out of a papier-mâché cake in between games of the doubleheader, and everybody thought it was a joke.
Oh, good grief.
But Bill Veeck had him signed to a contract, gave him the uniform number 1/8. And when Gaedel was announced as a pinch hitter, the Tigers manager came out and said, "What in the world is all of this?" Well, Bill Veeck had his contract in hand, and the doubleheader took place on a weekend. Veeck sent in the paperwork for the contract on a Friday, knowing that it wouldn't be reviewed by the league until the following Monday. He showed them, the umpires, that Gaedel was a legal member of their roster, and he pinch hit. There's another part of the story. Finding a uniform that sized would be a very difficult chore on a weekend game. So the Browns did the next best thing. They took the uniform of one of their bat boys. The bat boy was named Billy DeWitt. Billy DeWitt is the man that owns the St. Louis Cardinals today. His father was the general manager of the St. Louis Browns.
So you're telling me Billy DeWitt was this close to being in the circus?
Yes, exactly right. And that's outside. Ball 4. Markakis flips the bat. He's on base for a 3rd time. Atlanta looking for insurance. And Ross has walked 3 men today. He's pitching a good ball game. He just can't get any runs of support. See if Adonis can chase him around. He's 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs. Ross's success is predicated on a lot of strikeouts. He averages almost 10 per 9 innings. The Braves, as you know, have made an organizational effort to cut down on their strikeouts, and today Ross has 5 of them.
5 of them through 5 innings. That's in keeping with his average.
Double play ball if they can get to it. They can. Glove flip to Jerko. A gorgeous play.
That was circus-like.
Backhanded and underhanded with the glove.
Yeah, he didn't get all the way turned around. That was beautiful. Some magic from Amarista.
That's one of the best double plays I've ever seen. And a fly ball off the bat of Jace Peterson into straightaway center. Melvin Upton camps out, and he's got it, and that ends the inning. Leathered larceny up the middle by Alexi Amarista. He starts a gorgeous double play, and it's still 1-0 Braves. Get your tickets for Julio Teheran bobblehead night, September 10th against the Mets. The first 20,000 guests get a bobblehead featuring Braves pitcher Julio Teheran, brought to you by Grady Hospital. Get those tickets today by visiting Braves.com. Head still shaking. That incredible double play the Padres turned just a moment ago.
That was really pretty.
Amarista to Jerko to Alonso. And now Solarte leads off. 1 ball, no strikes. Good pitch.
Telling you what, he takes a big rip at it. He's not your prototypical bunt, slap, hit one the other way, any way to get on type guy. He is going for the pump every time.
Well, it served him well. He's got hits in 19 of 24 games for the Padres. Hitting over 300 in that stretch. And he drives one to deep right. Markakis on the run at the wall. It's gone. Tie game.
Fastball up and away. Julio threw his hands in the air. Supposed to be in. First home run he's allowed in 4 starts.
But it's a costly one, for it gives the Padres new life. 1-1 game. And here's Alonso. And he hits a shot to center field.
Speaking of leadoff guys, I think I saw last night that Curtis Granderson hit his 7th leadoff homer of the year.
He had 2 homers last night. One of them, I think, on the second pitch of the game. And And he's dancing Bobcat hot. Granderson's knocked in 16 runs in the last 16 games for the Mets. They continue to have a big lead over the Nationals at 4.5 games. Now it's Matt Kemp, man aboard. One in, nobody out. Kemp has singled and lined into a double play. Strike one. Kemp's first inning single extends his hitting streak to an even dozen games. This is where Matt has been very dangerous all year. He leads all of Major League Baseball's hitters with 30 go-ahead RBIs. Right on by, and Kemp is out number one.
Well located fastball there.
And here's Upton. Upton has walked and grounded out, but of all the Padres hitters, he's the man that spoiled some of those well located fastballs from Julio.
Yep.
Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Garcia says he's got it, and he does. Julio's spot is due third when the Braves hit in the 7th inning. Tyson Ross's day might be done as well. We'll see. Jed Jerko, wait for it, set a Petco Park record for a rookie with 13 homers back in 2013. That's how he got that big contract.
Well done, sir.
You can see the sweat above the eyebrow, can't you?
Yes.
1-1 game on a Solarte leadoff homer, and Tehran rallies with a couple of strikeouts after an Alonso hit. So the Braves bats have to go to work, but new game. 1-1's your score after 6 complete. Get an outfield pavilion seat plus a 1984 Braves hat for just $15 when the Braves face the Rockies August 24th, 5th, and 26th. A savings of up to 56%, plus you get a great hat, too. Can't beat that deal. Go to Braves.com/steal. Get your tickets and hat now. Remember, you must buy today. A Solarte homer ties it up, and we head to the 7th. New pitcher for the Pods. It's right-hander Sean Kelly.
Ton of sliders from this guy. Great ERA, a lot of strikeouts. He's a fastball slider guy, but throws more sliders than fastballs, and his fastball's in the low 90s.
That's outside from Kelly. And Simmons 0 for 2 and 2 for 10 in the series, faces a 1-1 count. That's slicing toward the stands. And close the book on Tyson Ross. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 91 pitches. Swing and a miss by Simmons. There's the first out. Fans, now it's time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag SouthDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Nice job behind the plate for Ryan Lavarnway today. Let's see if he can have some luck at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Pitcher spot is next. Nick Swisher has a bat. He's on deck.
Well, Julio finished up that inning. I was hoping he'd go one more.
Three and 0. Andrew McKirihan looks to be the next Braves pitcher. He's beginning to warm up. And Lavarnway takes a walk. 4 Braves have been issued a free pass today. That's the first for Kelly, and now Swisher hits for Julio, who went 6 innings of 1-run ball. Julio struck out 7. Walked only 1. Well, his walks are down dramatically, aren't they? And allowed just 4 hits.
And that one high pitch to Solarte. I think this is a role we'll see Swisher in a lot. With Freddie back, it will really cut into any playing time for him.
You know, Freddie's in virtually every inning of every game. And one wonders if Swisher's knees are healthy enough to allow him to play in the outfield. Don't know the answer to that. You would think, okay, well, you could get Swisher into the game against the American League as a DH. That's true, but the Braves don't have any more games on the road against the American League.
Well, and the Braves have a perfectly healthy Erie Perez, too, to spell anyone that needs a break in the outfield. So that's why I say this is pretty much where I think you'll see Nick for the most part from now to the end. A lot of pinch hitting opportunities.
A strike. If there's a real nasty lefty and you want to give Freeman a day off, you could put Swisher in for those games. Nick does switch hit. Now a shift is on as Lavarnway a very short lead at first, and that's high and away. 3 balls and a strike. Braves trying to wait out Kelly, who's already walked a man in the inning.
Unless that lefty is Steve Carlton or Warren Spahn, and I don't think that's going to happen. I'll be riding Freddie Freeman as long as he can keep going out there.
Swisher chased one. Full count. Strike 3. 2 outs. And now Michael Bourne hits. Michael's had a good day. A couple of hits and a strikeout.
I like to see him hit a gapper and just put the piston in motion over there at first. Got a good slider, especially to the lefties. This is an odd one. And surprise Michael too.
And 2.
PNC Bank. That is perfect a pitch as you can make. Good slider again.
Terry Pendleton's talking with Jeff Nelson about something. I'm guessing he's talking about whether or not Kelly comes to a complete stop from the set position. Just a guess. He's spoken to the umpire after each of the last 3 pitches. And that one takes care of Michael Bourne. Kelly struck out the side despite the walk to Lavarnway. 7th inning stretch, game tied at 1. here in San Diego. And as we mentioned earlier, it's not just Petco Park that's given the Braves problems on the road out west.
No, there's that 4-20 record, but that bottom line, the bullpen ERA in those games, 8, oh my goodness, almost 9 in those 24 games against the NL West, and have lost 8 straight against those teams. So here we are again in a tie ball game, 1-1. Game gets turned over to the bullpen. It's up to them to put the clamps on the Padres and give the offense a chance to get another run on the board.
And it's not Andrew McCurahan, but Matt Marksberry who's on to pitch. This is Matt's 10th game with the Braves. He pitched well here the other night. An inning of 2 strikeout relief. That was in the
There have been
7th.
There have been games where Marksberry came in and looked like a world beater, you know, strikes out a bunch of guys. And there are some other times where he's been behind in the count, has given up a few hits, and then of course that game in Tampa Bay where he lost track of the fact that there was a go-ahead runner on base when he was covering first and let the guy score. All part of the learning curve for young pitchers.
And there are a bunch of them on this Braves staff. In fact, McCurahan is the only pitcher in the Braves bullpen who is here opening day. Thirteen pitchers have made their big league debuts with the Braves this year, including the man on the mound, Marksberry. He's got Upton, Amarista, and Hedges coming up in the home 7th. And a strike to Melvin Upton Jr. He had a big at bat in the first inning. Bases loaded for the Padres. 2 outs. He bounced out. The key at bat of that inning was Jerko, who popped out with 1 out and the bases loaded. No chance for Solarte to score the first run of the game. And that went all the way to the backstop. Even count. A base hit for Upton. So 5 hits for Melvin Upton against the Braves in the series. Didn't hit it hard, but guided it past Simmons. And that's the go-ahead run at first. And now Barmes will come on at bat. Gave Upton 1 hit too many. That's his 4th hit of the series. He has 5 RBIs. So Barmes for Amarista, and he takes low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Seems like 10 hits.
Yeah.
Barmes can handle the bat. He can bunt. He can hit and run.
Barmes, a long-time Colorado Rocky. Then he spent the last 3 years in Pittsburgh. Last year, just 48 games for the battling Buccos. A left groin strain was a big problem for Barmes. Runner goes. Pitch, a strike. The throw to second, off target, and Upton steals second base. That's his 7th. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position.
He picked a perfect pitch to run on. Marksberry almost threw away the pickoff attempt just prior to this. So he had a real good idea. He's not going to come over here again after almost throwing one away. He went on his first move. No chance for Lavarnway.
A cue shot to the right side. Terrific at bat and result for the Padres. Clint Barmas.
That's what he's good at.
Now you've got Hedges and then the pitcher spot, maybe a pinch hitter.
A lot of high fives in the dugout for that kind of work. They got Norris coming out of the on-deck circle.
The Atlanta infield comes in for Hedges. Line drive left center field, base hit, Padres lead. Hedges around first on his way to second. And he'll stand there with an RBI double. He celebrates his birthday a day late. It's 2-1 San Diego.
Depending on which publication you read, it was either Hedges or Matt Whistler in terms of the best prospect in the Padres organization. And they like him a lot. Got a breaking ball, ripped it. Padres lead. Numbers for the bullpen continue to rise.
A run on 2 hits off Marksberry. And now a real tough customer, Derek Norris. Three hits for Norris in this series, 3 runs and an RBI. Fly foul and out of play.
One of the things you see about Norris, from Norris, after every swing, is how his momentum takes him over across home plate and into the left-handed batter's box. That's not a lack of balance as much as it is him just staying centered over the plate and not pulling off away from the baseball. And it's not like he's diving in and jamming himself. That's just the follow through that's going through the ball and through the plate. I like it. Even LeBarnway still on Marksberry. Okay, calm down.
Kelly with a 3 strikeout, 1 walk inning of relief for the Padres. Norris bats for him here with San Diego in front. There you go, no swing. 1-2. Braves are staring down Benoit and Kimbrel if things stay the way they are right now. 2-1 Padres. Swing and a miss. There's a good sequence. 2 out.
Good back foot breaking ball.
In this series, Joe mentioned the Braves bullpen issues. They gave up a run here on Monday. The bullpen gave up 7 runs here last night and 1 so far today. That's 9 runs in 3 games.
Yikes. Well, be careful on the first pitch to this guy. Marksberry did strike him out here Monday night. Good off-speed pitch. Good idea.
Big day for Solarte. Singled, homered, and been hit by a pitch. And that's foul to the right. The M&M boys, McKirahan and Moylan, are up in the Braves pen.
Nice stop.
Swing and a rocket into the left field corner. That's going to bring home Hedges. Solarte on his way to second. He's got a double, and the Padres lead is 3-1. He's a triple away from the cycle.
Middle in. Into the corner. Solarte is some kind of tough out, even with that big swing of his. 25 doubles.
Go with 9 homers and 46, make it 47 RBIs now. And San Diego leads 3-1. Alonso walks on 4 pitches, and Freddie Gonzalez has no choice but to go to his bullpen again. So Marksberry has some trouble here in the 7th inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk. He departs with 2 outs. 3-1 San Diego the lead. Well, a pretty day in San Diego, but an ugly score. Padres have taken a 3-1 lead. They've extended it with 2 runs here in the home 7th. As we promised you earlier today, we've selected our Data Strong fan photo. Tweet your strongest fan photo to #SouthDataStrongFan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast. It's brought to you by T-Mobile.
Third appearance for Peter Moylan. Gave up a home run the other night to Alonso. The only blemish on his work so far. Talking to a scout before the ball game who brought up Peter's name to me.
In the air to center. And that's the inning.
And he talked about what a great story it is that he's come back, and he said what a class move by the Braves too to give him a chance to come back. So everybody's happy about him being back in the big leagues.
And we're happy the 7th inning is in the books. Padres lead by 2 now.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves.
With Tango Foxtrot Simpson, I'm Chip Carey. Welcome back to San Diego. It's 3-1. Padres lead in Game 3. Fans, secure your seats for opening day next year exclusively through the 2016 opening day 4-game plan. The plan comes with tickets to opening day next year, along with 3 great weekend matchups this year with the Yankees, Mets, and Cardinals. It's a limited time offer. Get your 2016 opening day 4-game plan at Braves.com today.
Okay, let's get the offense going again.
But you're in the toughest part of their bullpen. That's not going to be easy.
No, but let's cover that up. It just happened, so get back on top.
Right guys, right time. Maben, Freeman, Markakis. That trio's been on base 6 times today. And a base hit gets things started. That away, Cameron.
See. Extends his hitting streak.
And Freeman represents the tying run. Wouldn't this be a glorious return from the DL if Freddie could park one?
He needs to do a Chipper-like move here. You know, every time Chipper came back from the DL, he did something big. It was like, how did he do that? How did he get right out of the sick bay and hit one out of AT&T Park? I remember that real well.
Freddie's last homer, July 31st against David Buchanan of the Phillies. Maben stole his 19th base earlier today. See if Atlanta tries to force the issue with nobody out. Shift is on for Freddie. He's got the whole left side of the infield to play with. And they pitched him that way, but it was too far away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Padres bullpen's given up a ton of homers, the most in the National League. Benoit's given up 5 in 50 innings.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hardest things to get back is timing and trying to make yourself stay back and wait. Don't try to jump out there and get the pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
They would be wise to try to go up there again.
Swing and a miss. 1 out.
Good pitch by Benoit, down and away. Right at Hedges' glove.
It's still perplexing to many around baseball that as hard as Benoit throws and as good as he's been in the late innings, why they needed to get Craig Kimbrel. But in a game like this, what a luxury it is to have Benoit for the 8th and Kimbrel for the 9th.
They sure do shorten things.
Nick has had a very productive day at the plate. A walk, 2 singles, one of them an RBI hit that brought home the lone Braves run in inning number 3. In fact, Markakis brought home Maben, who stole second base earlier in the inning. .59 of the Padres games this year have been decided by 2 runs or less.
That's a lot.
They've won 35 of those games, including a 5-3 decision here on Monday. Here it's 3-1 Padres.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the series, their problems are mostly offense, just as it was last year, despite the fact that they've added new people. Shut out 16 times.
Two and two.
Check it out again on the PNC Bank Fox tracks. Got the benefit of the doubt from Blazer on that one.
Foul at the plate. Another swing for Nick Markakis. Adonis Garcia's on deck. Down the left field line, he kept it fair. That's in the corner. Maben around second. He's going to get green lighted. He's around third. He's going to score without a throw, and the Braves get a double from Markakis and are down a run in the 8th.
There you go. Justin Upton got over there really quick to get that ball, waiting for it to come out, and then it didn't. When it stayed in the corner, that gave Maben just enough time. Good at bat by Nick, who has really broken out today. That was his 3rd hit. Remember, they got him to kind of chase that one up out of the zone that he fouled off the catcher. Tried to do that again. Oh, it kicked back into foul territory is what happened to Justin there. Looked like they tried to go back to that same spot, but he left it out over the plate a little bit.
39th multi-hit game for Markakis. And Nick's 9th 3-hit game. And it'll be A.J. Pierzynski to pinch hit. Ground ball, first base. Fair ball, 2 outs. Markakis to third. A.J. out on 1 pitch. And here's Peterson. Jace is 0 for 3.
Bases are loaded, Jace.
Braves took their shot, or are taking their shot, against Benoit here in the 8th. A run on 2 hits. Swing and a miss. Remember, the Braves already used Nick Swisher to pinch hit in the, what inning was that? The 7th inning. And now Pierzynski in the 8th. That means they don't have a backup catcher. Should something happen to LaVarn Wade, see how it works out. 3-2 game. In the dirt, good stop. That saved a run. Even count.
Got to be ready for that. If you're Markakis, get your walking lead down the line and be ready to come home if it gets by Hedges.
Fly ball center. Upton is under it. He's got it, and the Padres survive the 8th. Atlanta pulls closer. Nick Markakis with an RBI double. It's a 1-run game after 7.5.
Athletics every day.
Fans watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices with MLB.TV Premium. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widgets, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Got a ball game now. Edwin Jackson is on to pitch. He's the fourth Atlanta hurler of the ball game. He will hit fourth on the lineup card. That's one of two changes for Atlanta. Pedro Siriaco has entered the game to play third base. He will hit ninth.
Edwin Jackson pitched here last night. He worked the bottom of the eighth on that occasion. Walked the first batter, but then got a fly ball and a ground ball double play to get out of it.
You made a point about Edwin the other day, and I thought it's a great one. One of the things that's so good about Edwin Jackson, not only the quality of his arm, but the durability of his arm. He can pitch multiple innings on back-to-back days for you.
Yep.
Braves hope he only needs to pitch one today. They can take the lead in the ninth and then finish him off in the bottom half. But Edwin's got to get Upton, Jerko, and Melvin Upton here for the Padres. A lot of history and a lot of successful history for Justin Upton with Edwin Jackson. Good pitch. 1-2.
Good off speed.
Struck him out. Good start.
Slider than a changeup. Perfectly located.
Nine Padres have been retired via strikeout today. Braves have issued only one walk.
Julio was terrific.
By Julio
that's
Teheran.
Four straight really good outings.
One run, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. And the home run tied the game. Matt Marksberry came on a relief and struggled. 2 runs, 3 hits. Moylan got the Braves out of the 7th inning jam. Atlanta rallied with an 8th inning run to make it a 3-2 score.
Edwin can pop that leather.
Now full count. Line into the left field corner. Jerko didn't miss that one. He's got his first hit of the day and his 12th double of the year.
That one didn't come down. Good thing he didn't miss that, because he wasn't going to get a better one today.
big series for Melvin Upton. Four hits, 2 homers, and he scored 3 runs. To third, Siriaco. Nice play, perfect throw.
Welcome to the game, Pedro. How about a lightning bolt hit at you in between hops? Good thing he was playing back.
Chipper Jones can appreciate that play, can't he? Remember, it was the then B.J. Upton that smoked him on the foot at Tropicana Field years ago. So Barmes bats. He had a big time at bat in the 7th inning. A little ground out. Got up to third base. Hedges brought him home with a double. Part of a 2-run 7th inning uprising for the Padres. That was a huge run to prevent in Jed Jerko at second base. Again to the right side. Backhanded play by Freeman. And Jackson is out of 8th inning trouble. Bottom part of the order up for the Braves. Craig Kimbrell, who struggled here a couple of nights ago, is on in a 1-run game. Is the uniform and the ballpark. Craig Kimbrell, closer for the San Diego Padres, is on to pitch. It was not so long ago that Craig Kimbrell took over as the all-time saves leader for the Braves. And 11 years ago today, John Smoltz passed Gene Garber with save number 142 in a victory over the Dodgers. John was then the Atlanta Braves all-time saves leader. So the torch was passed to 2 terrific guys, and now Kimbrell rolling along in San Diego, seeking his 35th in 37 save chances.
Yeah, he's been on a really good roll for the Padres, but he ran into some trouble in the 9th inning Monday night. He came in with a 5-2 lead save situation, but he immediately gave up a hit to Markakis, a walk to Przinsky, and had to battle from there. Case Peterson had an RBI single. And the Braves had the tying runs on when he was able to retire Simmons on a fly ball to right.
And it's Andrelton who will start the Atlanta ninth. 1-run game. There's that hard curveball, strike one. Might be pitching a little angry today. Melanson and Rosenthal, the only two closers with more saves than Craig Kimbrell. And that ball missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Since Kimbrell's first full season in 2011, he leads all big league pitchers in saves. Little dribbler back to the mound. Craig's got it. High fastball to first. Got his man. 1 down. 219 saves for Kimbrell since the start of the 2011 year. The amazing part of that stat, that is 63 more saves than the second highest total. That's Jonathan Papelbon.
Been a remarkable run for him. If that ball somehow had hit the ground first where he had to go down to get it, Simmons might have legged that out.
Well, you want power versus power? Here you go. Let's see what Ryan Lavarnway can do with Kimbrell. He has struck out twice and walked once. Lavarnway turned around a Matt Harvey fastball in Atlanta, you might recall, and hit the top of the fence at Turner Field. He can time a heater right. He might hit one into the second deck.
He's sharper today than he was Monday night. His fastball command was all over the place.
Padres have not lost a game this year when leading after 8 innings. They're a perfect 47-0. Lavarnway didn't think much of that call. That changes the at-bat.
Couldn't be much better from a pitcher's standpoint. I can understand Ryan being upset with it, though.
Oh, good cut.
Was a good cut.
At 98, he found that baby straight back over the screen.
Well, I talked about how he had been working pretty hard on hitting the ball to right center. And while he hasn't had much to show for it in terms of that work, but good time to implement it here.
Breaking ball froze him.
Nothing you can do there. It did freeze him, locked him up. Craig Kimbrell.
So Siriaco the final hope, or else the Braves will drop a 10th straight game in San Diego. Bouncing ball to third. Samarte's got it, and the Padres have swept the Braves. 3-2 is the final score.